Sup guys, it's Tello here. I gotta say, you make a video one day and then the next day, something else brand new comes out right away, which you could have added to the first video in the first place, which was yesterday's video, right? But today, it seems like Blizzard has decided to put out an official statement from their community manager on the US forums. We're gonna read that together and we're gonna break it down into what we like about it and what we don't like about it, so follow with me here. And I'm not gonna lie, I almost choked to death before I trimmed this and edited it up with the editor, and I'm getting packed on aisle 8. They're DDoSing my neck piece. Settle down. So as the post says, greetings. Recently we have experienced unprecedented distributed denial of service, DDoS, which you could have just said DDoS, but okay. Attacks that impacted many Blizzard game services, including hardcore realms, which it did affect a lot of Blizzard services. There was also posts about people on Overwatch having long queues, and I think Diablo had some issues too. Not too sure on their end, but I heard overall Blizzard was going through it for multiple titles. But anyways, including hardcore realms with the singular goal of disrupting players' experiences, as we continue to work to further strengthen the resilience of the WoW realms and our rapid response time, we're taking steps to resurrect player characters that were lost as the result of the attacks. Unlike the many other ways characters can die in hardcore, DDoS attacks are intentionally malicious effort made by third-party bad actors, and we believe the severity and results of DDoS attacks specifically warrant a different response. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I understand how they are, writing this out and where they're coming from, and I actually respect the developers and the community over there at Blizzard actually taking the effort to want to resolve this, to want to fight back against the DDoS and not let these malicious actors win. That is admirable. I have no issues with that whatsoever. I also appreciate that they are trying to improve the rapid response time. They're trying to improve the resiliency of the defense of protecting people from getting attacked on WoW realms as well. So I think there's a lot of pro things being said here in this specific, sentence over here. But my problem is with this is how exactly are you going to improve your rapid response time? What exactly are you going to do to increase the resilience? This is something that I am seeing already skimming through this. It's not being said, and it's not being heard. And this is something that's a little concerning. It's a little nerve-wracking for people that want to reapproach hardcore again if they died in the past couple days or week or so, because this has been going on longer than a week, ever since the race to World First. So I'm very curious about how they're going to handle this, and I am looking forward to some type of update saying what they exactly are doing to put methods in place to defend any against any future DDoS attacks that might happen, because who's to say this is the last DDoS, right? Like, I think that's something that I have not seen any other person on this platform talk about. Who's to say this is the last DDoS attack and this won't happen again when the time is right and they will strike at the right moment? And if they're going to do that and it's okay, well, you got DDoS, we're just going to res your characters again, who's to say they won't do another? So what is the exact defense methods are you guys putting in place to stop these bad actors from doing this? Because it's kind of hard if there's a lot of people doing this, if this is a bigger group than we think that are maliciously teaming up together, who knows, maybe in a Discord or maybe IRL, trying to target your company, So I would love to know the tech side of this and the informational side of this, because I'm very curious myself. And then they say here, in the future, Blizzard may elect at our sole discretion, which they bold in here, to revive hardcore characters that perish in a mass event which we deem inconsistent with the integrity of the game, such as a DDoS attack. So what do you mean a mass event? Like, how does this work? Because this is the day after Onlyfangs gets wiped. So coincidentally, it's the day after, and I know people have their issues with Onlyfangs. This is not an Onlyfangs hate video, right? I like Onlyfangs a lot. I think they bring a lot of eyes to World of Warcraft. That's what it's all about, bringing hype, bringing excitement, regardless of what you think about them. They deserve to have their characters revived. But if we're going to say mass events, what about any other mass events of people doing raids and dungeons or whatever, or guild events with their crew the past, couple days or weeks or so since the DDoS has been going on? What about all these other characters? Are they going to get revived as well? Is there going to be some type of revival rollback, or what the heck's going on there? Because in the way you're wording this, you're kind of just putting this out right after the Onlyfangs situation. And what this is going to cause is turmoil in the community, where people are going to say it's streamer favoritism, or they're going to say, no, the streamers deserve to have their characters back. And you're going to create a divide in your community and cause drama. I don't understand why it's worded like this, because I really feel like you should basically say anybody who's lost their character from this point on, will get their character revived if there is a DDoS attack. Just say that straight up, plain and simple. And regardless of that, you should also probably include any character that lost their character from this date when DDoSes were happening to this date. Please put in a submission form with a ticket, and we will address your situation as fast as we can with our rapid response time, like they said in paragraph 1, so they can get a revive for these people going and then just have a fresh new slate. If any further DDoSes happen, Blizzard can involve themselves. I think that's the best way of going about it. Personally, that's just me. And then they finally ended here. Our broader stance on character restorations or death appeals has not changed. They actually boldened that too. To be clear, we do not intend to revive the characters which have died due to server disconnects, lag spikes, or gameplay bugs, or any other reasons. Blizzard customer support cannot assist with the issues related to characters who have died on hardcore realms. I don't understand this part right here, because you're saying server disconnects, lag spikes. I get that portion, like, you know, this was already part of your policy already. But if malicious DDoS attacks keep happening and they keep impacting your game, whether it's a mass event or it's a guild event or whatever's considered your sole discretion, as you worded in the middle of your sentencing here in the paragraphs to begin with, you have to take action upon something here. So there has to be some type of system in place to protect your players from this type of malicious intent from these bad actors. So I'm very curious on what the hell they're going to do, because I don't know what's going to go on. You know, maybe people are just going to get a mass revive, or maybe it's just a certain group of people that are going to revive. But either way, I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's a W that Blizzard is trying, because we can't deny the fact that they are not trying. If they didn't try, this would look so much worse and everybody would hate them. It would be an all equal agreement that everybody would hate what they were doing. But since they are trying, I have to give them the benefit of a doubt for at least them stepping forward and saying we're going to do something. But now that you're going to do something, how is it going to be prevented in the future, and what type of something are you going to do? Is it going to be just Onlyfangs, or is it going to be a multitude of players from the past couple weeks of losing their characters to DDoSes? That's the information I need to know, and I think we need to know as a community going forward for people that want to play hardcore World of Warcraft and they want to enjoy their favorite version of the game and have fun with their friends or guildies or any type of streamers alike. I think this is something where we all have to come in unison together rather than argue in the comments below, and understand what Blizzard's mindset is going on right here, because this is more than just streamers, guys. This is more than just, popular people, bringing activities to the game and, showing highlights and clips. This is about all of us here, and this is about the protection and security of our game going forward, so we can all have a better enjoyment and understanding of our future in World of Warcraft. And I think honestly that's the best thing that we can go about. But anyways, I'm very optimistic for the most part. I'm not too sure how Blizzard's going to handle all this. I'm curious if they are going to actually, get involved every time now there's a DDoS and be very open about the situation at hand. And I would like to see how they handle these character revives, most importantly, because I think either A or B is going to happen. A, it's going to be really good, and a lot of people are going to come back from, the weeks on hand of losing their characters. Or B, only a certain few of people are going to get selected, and you're going to create a lot of drama in your community by default, because people either A, don't like Onlyfangs, or B, they do like Onlyfangs, or they just like streamers in general. It doesn't even need to be Onlyfangs if there's any other guild out there that is, bringing some type of streamer viewage to your game, right? So regardless of that, yeah, that's basically about it. What do you guys think in the comments below? Do you think they're going to do anything actually this time around? Anytime there's DDoS is happening, do you think they're going to actually mention their protocols of what they're going to put in place to defend against these bad actors? And let me know your thoughts. So much love to you. As always, thank you guys for watching the videos. Keep on keeping on, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.